This movie is the most American movie you can ever watch.
Always thought of you as a son. Always.
I'd be damn proud to have you marry Grace.
I was reasonably surprised that I was gonna watch Armageddon. Although, this is what I hate about DVDs, they're like very old. Look at this monstrosity! It is full screen, where IMAX, as Zack Snyder says, and widescreen. How? I mean, it's not as bad as it was in the living room, but I changed it to like, oh wow, is that 70 millimeter like the Hateful Eight? But no, I put it like this and then it was good. So I hate it when old DVDs are like. Goodfellas was exactly like that. I did not care for anyone except for that dog. I was sad that that dog was just hanging, and then when he said somebody call 911, I wish I was there to call 911 because I want that dog to survive. So Armageddon. Michael Bay being one of my favorite directors, I was reasonably happy to watch Armageddon for the first time because it's like it's like not known, but it's like parodied that people say that Michael Bay Armageddon was awesome. Even in Transformers, Michael Bay, like what the kid when the Transformers are coming down from Earth, in Ratchet, like that area. One kid was like, "This is 100 times cooler than Armageddon," because Michael Bay directed Armageddon, and it's awesome. So, what did I think about it? Surprisingly, if you can like turn off your if you don't think too much into it, I think I suck at watching movies. I think I said this before, but I'm not so sure. Because everybody talks about the deep themes and the deep messaging and the foreshadowing. Okay, I can see foreshadowing, but the deep messages. I just watched the movie. I just watched the story. Like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Everybody in The Shining. Everybody's like, "Oh, Apollo 11 moon landing fake," and whatever they say about this. I just watched a guy trying to kill his family. So Armageddon is my kind of movie. And it was my kind of movie. Surprisingly, it was very funny, very heart-wrenching, and very emotional, because I cared for these characters because I cared for the characters. I didn't know Owen Wilson was in it, so it was a big surprise. That scene is very what's it called? That did not age well. I was telling my dad, hopefully, because they showed New York in the Twin Towers, and I'm like, please do not hit the Twin Towers, and then it hit the Twin Towers. That aged horribly. But I'm gonna give my overall thinking. It's an awesome movie. I do quite enjoy it a lot. When Ben Affleck said, "Why is it easier to train drillers to become astronauts than it is for astronauts to become drillers?" Michael Bay was like, "Just shut beep up." I'm like, okay, that's great, a reason. I was very sad, whenever, it just made me sad whenever, the bomb, the meteorites were like, boom, 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 boom. Even it knocked out Paris. I was sad. This movie, whenever that happens, it's not. Michael Bay, I don't think glorifies the explosions, but he makes one scene in particular I liked a lot because it showed 10-15 seconds of a natural family life in China or wherever that area was. And then it showed this family, these kids. I'm like, oh no. And then boom, 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 boom. Michael Bay comes in there with explosions. And then I did not feel he was glorifying it. I felt like, oh dear, this is horrifying. Almost everybody has a full arc-ish. At the end, Ben Affleck he survives and gets to be with Liv Taylor. Bruce Willis, he accepts Ben Affleck dating and gonna marry his daughter. Steve Buscemi hooks up with the stripper. And he's happy he's back. Who else gets a full Oh, the guy who wanted to be an astronaut, but I forgot why he couldn't become one. Bruce Willis, when he spoilers, when he sacrificed himself and gave him the patch, gave Ben Affleck the patch, and he gave it to him. I'm like, no words. That's like nice. It is very dumb and very fun and very character driven. If you do not like the characters, you're gonna hate this movie. If you like grounded stuff, you're not gonna like this movie. This is a movie that I quite enjoyed. That it genuinely has some emotion in it. And when the characters die, you feel it. You feel sad. And when Bruce Willis pressed the button and exploded the meteorite, I'm like, yes. But he did take his sweet time. He had like 5 seconds before he's like, we did it, daughter or something. Boom. Why is it always with Bruce Willis? Die Hard, Hostage. His daughter is always like, okay, first name, insert first name. And then around the end, when they're in trouble, the daughter's in trouble, he's like, Daddy, help me, Daddy, I love you. I feel bad for Bruce Willis. Michael Clark Duncan, seeing him in only 3 movies, and one of them only being in there for like very little, he is one of my favorite actors. Being in my 7th favorite movie of all time, The Green Mile, his performance there was heart-wrenching. In the island, when he was like, no, please, I don't want to die, that got me. I got sad. So he here he is very funny, and thankfully he didn't die. So yeah, there he is right there. He's one of my favorite actors. I've only seen him 3 times. Wait a minute, I want to see what other films he's been. Armageddon. He's in Daredevil? I don't know, actually. All the other movies I've heard they're either okay or meh. But The Green Mile, The Island, and Armageddon are the only ones I've seen from him, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, Armageddon. This proves why Michael Bay is one of my favorite directors. He can make a good, dumb, fun action movie with actual emotion. So if you haven't checked out Armageddon, go check it out.
Dreams of an entire planet are focused tonight on those 14 brave souls traveling into the heavens.